Well, hello everyone. Once again, it's Carol Dalfit. Welcome to the Internet Marketing Certification course training. This is week 1, and we're going to be just diving into the most important tool in your arsenal in your business, which is autoresponders. And the reason that autoresponders are so important is because it's actually your list holder. And as we go through the course, you'll soon come to realize that your list is the biggest asset of your business, and you want to do whatever you can to protect that list, grow that list, and communicate with that list. So with that said, let's go ahead and dive into the training for today. We all have the ability to accomplish miracles in our lives if we simply believe in ourselves and never give up. Remember, that's something that I'm going to continue to put into your minds every week, because it's so important that everyone, every single one of you, has so much potential and so much value. So just believe in yourself, believe that you can make this happen for you, and it will. The perfect solution to your financial freedom is to have an extra stream of income, and that's money that you can depend on. And that's the goal of this course, is to lay the foundation for a solid, firm internet marketing business, one that you can depend on to have money coming into your household every day, every week, every month. This is going to be your own lucrative home business. So just to recap from last week, your homework that should have been completed by today was to set up your Exitus payment profile. And 2 was to set up a Facebook account if you did not have one, and a business page. If you didn't have a chance to set that up, I did include a real simple video on how to set up a Facebook account and a Facebook business page or fan page. So I'm not going to go through that in this particular training. Once we get into doing some marketing with Facebook, I'll go into that in greater detail. But I already have created a video, so I will send again the recording for this training out to you, and you will also see on that same page, I'm going to have all of the recordings on the same page. So if you missed that, you can go back and rewatch that. And number 3 was to start making some posts from the Shadow Commission Project swipe file, which again, access to the swipe file you'll find on the training page that I have set up for this course. And to order a text broadcast campaign. I know many of you have done that and are waiting for that to go, so we should be seeing results from that this week as well, and in the beginning of next week. And to order and set up your Aweber. Now, your Aweber is, of course, the autoresponder that we're using for this particular training. I have found that many network marketers will use Aweber because it's so simple to use. Now, there are many different autoresponders out there, and I have several different autoresponders that I use for different reasons, but you only really need one, because you can have multiple campaigns or multiple lists in just one autoresponder account. So you don't need an autoresponder account for multiple businesses should you decide, to work different programs. And then the last thing was to order your 800 link and watch for the company update for more news. Now, the 800 link was if you were going to participate in the Done For You campaigns, which are going to be starting Monday of next week. And I think I have a screen here about the updates. So let me get to that screen. Okay, and these are the current Exitus updates as I know them. The price of the product is going up to $1,300, not $1,299 as originally stated. This way it's easier to do and to explain the 800-500 split. Now, that is supposed to go into effect once the new website is completed, and they haven't specifically said that, but I heard the date August 1st, so that is Monday, and I believe The last of the EVAs should complete their training by Monday, and I believe that is the intention at this point in time, is to launch the new campaigns along with the EVAs on Monday. So sometime today, they may have even have it completed now. I didn't see it last time I was in the back office, but we can check that this evening as well. There are going to be 2 campaigns loaded, and these are campaigns, the Done For You campaigns that you'll be able to purchase. So I believe you'll be able to click on a link, purchase the campaign, and in order to do that, in order to use the campaigns, you're going to need an 800 link account, because you're going to need a number for potential prospects to be able to leave their voicemail message, and then the EVAs will actually be getting into your accounts and pulling off those messages and calling back those people as quickly as they leave those messages. So it's important that you have an account set up with 800 link. Now, if you want to do those campaigns, you need to have that 800 link set up ASAP. And that number here is on the screen. If you don't have that done yet, it's 800-864-2362. And just tell them when you're ordering it that you need a number to hold a voicemail message because you are with Exitus, and they will know exactly how your account needs to be set up for the Exitus campaigns. So just mention that you're with Exitus, and they'll get that taken care of for you. So then you can simply order a campaign, and an EVA will be assigned to you over the weekend or early next week. That EVA will call you and let you know what needs to happen in your 800 link account. So you'll be assigned a specific EVA that you'll be able to call, and that EVA will call you once they have results, and if you have any sales. So that is the updates as I know them right now, and we may have more updates coming in later this evening. Now, getting back to internet marketing, the core strategies for this course are, of course, to generate leads, to build your list, to communicate with your prospects, and to sell other people's products and services. That's known as affiliate marketing. That is something I've done for many, many years. I do sell some of my own products, which is my own trainings and things like that. But for the most part, what you're going to be focusing on is finding a product or service that has value and promoting that to your list. So you're basically selling other people's products and services, and you'll keep a commission based on however the payment structure is set up for that particular product. It could be 50%, it could be 75%. In the instance with Exitus, it's a high ticket program. It does have 100% commission, when you sell the product yourself. Now, we're doing something a little bit different with the EVAs where you're going to get a portion of that, but it's still all considered affiliate marketing. So there are a few tools that you're going to need in your business to have a successful online business. You need a lead capture page. We're going to talk about that. That's going to be next week is the lead capture page. I use lead pages, and I'm going to show you how I set up my own lead capture pages and the value of being able to do that. Now, of course, with Exitus, you don't need to set up your own lead capture pages because those are done with the company as well. And something that they just had go into effect today, we can use the lead pages that we have in Exitus right now, and we can actually hook them up into our Awebers, so our autoresponder system, so that as we get a lead, it goes directly into our Aweber account. So we no longer have to export the leads and get them over there because they're going to go in there immediately. And that is another value of the autoresponder system. Like I said, I use several, but most people just start out with Aweber, and that's what we're going to do tonight on the training. Is I'm actually going to set up an Aweber account for you, or show you how to set up an Aweber account. Of course, you need a product to sell, and that's what we use with the sales pages, and those companies will provide those products for you. And last but not least, also very, very important, is you need a way to generate traffic to your lead capture page. We refer to that as traffic on the internet, but somebody who is not familiar with the internet might be confused. It's like, what is traffic? You keep saying traffic. Well, traffic is simply eyeballs on your website. So people viewing your website is considered traffic. Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to set up your list and to begin using your autoresponder system. First of all, if you do not have an account with Aweber, it's important that you have one if you are serious about building your business online. So we're going to set up a list. I'm going to add some follow-up messages. Now, I write all of my own autoresponder messages, but I also write campaigns, follow-up messages for the team. And all I need to do is give you this code where it says AW list and the code number, and I'll show you where how to actually put that code in when you set up a new list so that my 12 follow-up messages will already be pre-programmed into the follow-up series, so you don't have to write those emails. And then you'll just simply, I'll show you how to edit your details in the global snippets so that your information is encoded in all of the links in those follow-up emails. That's what I'm going to show you how to do tonight. I'll also show you how to load leads that were previously generated and are possibly sitting in the unconfirmed leads from your Exitus back office. If you have some back there, we're going to do that this evening as well. I'm going to show you how to create a form. And the form is just simply that opt-in box that you see on lead capture pages, which is, the place that people opt in with their name and email address, and then that when they press submit or, show me or whatever it says on that button, when they press the button, they're automatically, two things happen. They're automatically taken to the sales page, and they're added to your autoresponder system at the same time. But they have to do that through that form, and that form has to be connected to your autoresponder system. And I know it sounds real technical and geeky and all that, but I'm going to show you a real simple way to just walk through it. And so I also will show you how we can now connect your Aweber to the Exitus lead capture pages so we can continue to use those lead capture pages. And I understand they're putting up some new ones as well. And so any lead capture page that you use, if you put in the code initially to hook it up to your Aweber, those leads will automatically go into your Aweber account instead of to the Exitus back office there. So you will now no longer see your leads in the Exitus back office, and the company will not follow up with your leads. You will be in charge of actually getting your messages, getting those messages out to your leads. But like I said, we'll have those simple follow-up email messages so you don't have to write those either. So let's go ahead. What I'm going to do is actually set up one of my clients here, Charlie and Linda. I'm going to actually set up, I didn't get a chance to do it earlier today, so I'm going to show you how to set up an Aweber account using their account. So let me go ahead. I think I have, okay, so what you want to do is, first of all, go ahead and log into your Aweber. And when you log into your Aweber, it may have some information that'll ask you, like name, email address, and a phone number, contact phone number. So it'll ask you some basic information if it's the first time that you're logging in to your account. But tonight what we want to do is we want to set up a list. So we're going to set up a list for Exitus with some follow-up messages, and then we're going to create a form and hook it up to the Exitus back office so that when we use the lead capture pages from Exitus, they will go into our autoresponder system and then be automatically followed up with a series of 12 messages that are spaced a couple of days apart. in the Aweber account. So to set up a new list, you just go up here and click on Manage Lists. And then if you want to click on Create a List. If this is the first time, it may just say create a list or something initially, but you want to just click on Manage List and then Create a List. So it's actually taking you to a new page here. And we'll ask you for your company name, and here it has Linda's first and last name, which is fine. If you don't have a company name, it could be your name. The company website, I'm actually going to change it here to the website that we want to reflect this list. Now, if you don't have a website, you can just use, put in one of your lead capture pages site or something. That's fine, as long as it's a legitimate site or an active website. Okay, this is the existing address that's in their profile, so we're going to use that that same address. You could change it if you want. The sender name will be Linda, and the sender email. Okay, when that's done, just click Next. List name. Okay, we're going to name this list Exitus Prospects, because that's who's going to go into this list. Will be anybody who's interested in the Exitus opportunity. Briefly describe the emails your subscribers are going to receive. Now, they're actually going to see this description. So you can put anything in there, and I usually just put helping ordinary people make extraordinary incomes online, because that's what we're doing. Helping extraordinary people make extraordinary incomes online. Okay, you can put anything in there that describes what the follow-up messages your prospects are going to be receiving. And whatever you write in there, they will actually be able to see that. So, you know, don't just put some notes to yourself, because they'll be able to see that. Okay. A confirmation message can be sent to a new subscriber when they join your list. It asks for permission to receive email from you. Now this, I don't ever mess with it. This is just approve message and create list. This is just if you're using the double opt-in, they have to actually confirm before they get a follow-up email message. I personally don't like using the double opt-in, because I have found you can lose as many as 20 to 30% of the leads. And when you're paying, you know, especially when you're paying a lot of money to generate those leads, I don't want to miss those leads because, you know, the email went to their spam folder or something, the confirmation went to their spam folder and they never saw it. So, you know, if people don't want to receive your follow-up messages, they always have the option to opt out at any time, and that's perfectly acceptable for them to do that. In fact, you want them to do that if they're not really interested, but you want them to be able to have a chance to at least see what you offer. So I shut the double opt-in off, but you still have to approve this message in order to create the list. So I never do anything to the message, just leave their standard message and just leave it alone. So here we have created a list. It's called Exitus Prospects. And so now that we have created the list, what we're going to do, actually I want to click on list options now and go to my list settings. I want to check these settings because I want to turn that double opt-in off. So after you set up your list, then go to your list settings and you'll see everything that you just put in here. The list name, the description, and the address. Okay, now if you want to receive an email notice every time you get a lead, you can put your name and email address here, right in here, and then click add. Now I don't know if they want to get a notice, so I'm not going to go ahead and add that. But if you want to get an email notice every time you get a lead, this is where you'd put your name and email, and as soon as someone opts in, you'll get an email that says you have a new opt-in in your list. Now, if you're doing, you know, some solo ads where you're getting 50 or 60 leads in one day, that could really start filling up your email. So I choose to not do that. But if you're doing something where you're just generating a couple of leads a day and you want to, you know, you want to be on top of it and you want to know if those leads are coming in and, you know, if your advertising is working, I have a lot of people that do that, that want that notification. So here's where you would add that. Okay, and then if you change that, just click Save Settings. And then to personalize your list, here would be the email signature. Now I'm going to go ahead and add the signature. I'm going to put Charlie and Linda because I know that they're working the business together. So we're going to have, and whatever you add in the signature file is going to be at the end of all of the autoresponder messages. Okay, now if you wanted your phone number in your email messages, you would simply type your phone number underneath your name, because whatever you put in this box is going to be at the end of each of the follow-up messages. So any information, any additional information you want to send to people, if you have a, you know, a specific quote that you like to use or something, you can put anything in there. But whatever you put is going to be appended at the end of each email message. Okay, so that is all we need to do with this. We're going to come back to the global snippets here, and I'm going to show you how to change that after we upload the follow-up messages. But for right now, there's no messages in there. But what I wanted to show you under list options here is this confirmed opt-in. So by default, it is on, but we're going to turn that to off so that we get the maximum number of leads that we're generating from our marketing. And that's all you need to do is just turn that off and save settings. Okay, so now we've got our list set up. So now what we need to do is add some messages. So you go up here to Messages and click on Legacy Follow-Up Series. And I like to write my messages in the HTML editor because it will create a plain text message at the same time. Okay, we're just going to say something simple like, I'm just going to go ahead just to show you how to add a message. Here is the information you requested. Okay, so this message is going to go out immediately after they fill out the form on your lead capture page. Hi, and then to personalize this list, you just drop down here and you could put their full name, their first name, their last name, their email address. There's these are merge fields here. I just want to put their first name in there. So it will automatically pull their name from the form. I'm just going to type up a simple message here so I can show you how to do it. Thank you for visiting my website and requesting more information. If you didn't get a chance to watch the video, you can watch it again here. And then I would simply put the link to the video. Now, I have already created some follow-up messages, but I'm just showing you how to create a message, and we're going to use this feature here when we do broadcast messaging as well. When I've done, of course, then I, put your name, regards. In this case, of course, I would put Charlie and Linda, because this is theirs. Okay, so this is what I like to do. I highlight this, and then I like this Verdana font because I think it looks nicer and is easier to read. So I usually will type whatever I want in there, change it to my font, and that's it. Okay, so you can preview, you can send a test message to yourself, you can preview it. When you get a message that you like, you just save it and exit. I'm just going to go ahead, save and exit. So when somebody were to opt in, okay, so this message actually is now in draft. It's not going anywhere. So you have to tell where you tell the system where you want this message. Do we want to send a test mail? Do we want to schedule a broadcast, or do we want to add it to a follow-up series? In this case, I'm actually, want to create a follow-up series, so I would add it to the follow-up series. However, I have an easier way for you to get, all those 12 messages into your system, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So if you had to write your own messages, that is the way that you would do it. Actually, I think I could go ahead and add it, because when I add the new code for the messages, it will delete anything that's in there. So this, when I add to the follow-up series, it says follow-up number 1 is the welcome message your subscribers will get immediately after signing up. And it's usually considered day 0, which day 0 is the message they get immediately. So we want to add it to the follow-up series. Okay, now if you have several autoresponder campaigns, if you're marketing multiple businesses, you can have as many different campaigns as you want, as many different lists in here as you want, but you've got to make sure that you're working in the correct list. And here, this link up here shows you what current list you're working in. So right now we're working in the Exitus prospects. They also have another list in here, which is different. But we're working and make sure that you're in the correct list, so you're not changing the messages in another list. Okay, but I told you that I was going to, now, okay, if I wanted to add a message, a follow-up message that they would get day 2, we'd simply create another message. Here is more info. Of course, that's not what you would say. And, this would be day 2. I'm just doing this to kind of show you how to save and exit. Okay, so add to a follow-up series. Okay, this is follow-up message 2. So this day this message will go out one day after the previous message. And I usually do like 2 or 3 days in a row, and then I skip and do every other day. So you can schedule, the day parting here, which is, how many days you want those messages to go out. And you can, just continue creating this whole series. You can even schedule messages out, for an entire year if you want a follow-up system that long. And you can do them anytime. You can add to them constantly. Okay, so I'm not going to add that one here. I was just kind of showing you how to add additional messages. Once you get in here, I encourage you to kind of just play around. You can even create a dummy list and, just to play around with it. But let's go back to the home. Okay, make sure we're in the current list. And we want to click on our follow-up messages. Okay, I'm going to delete this one here. We don't want that one. Okay, so we're going to get back into the follow-up messages for the Exitus prospects here, and we just created one simple one here, but what I'm going to do now is to load an entire campaign. You can load an entire campaign if you have a predefined campaign code. So I have one here, right here. What I'm going to do is just copy and paste that code. Actually, I'll copy and paste it here for you. And it will be on the recording as well. I'll just paste this code right in here. And then click Load Campaign. Okay, so it's right now, it's loading those 12 messages that I've already pre-programmed. So loading the shared follow-ups will erase any follow-up messages in your list that are already defined. So it already erased that one that I have put in there. So it will erase any work that you previously had saved in that. Okay, so we're going to refresh the screen here. Okay, there you go. And it has already loaded all of these messages. Now, all of these messages, let's go ahead and take a look at one here. They have what's called a merge field, so it needs to pull your details. So this is a merge field for the prospect's first name. And here is a merge field for your Exitus link. So there's a couple merge fields that, now you don't have to go in here and go into each message and edit that. And I'm going to show you how that will actually show up. Just go back in here to list options and then go into custom fields. Actually, no, it's not custom fields. Go into your list settings. I clicked on list settings and personalize your list. Okay, here it's showing some global snippets. Right here is the Exitus link. So right now it has my Exitus link is in there, but you want to edit the current Exitus link. So I'm going to hop over here to Charlie and Linda's back office in Exitus. And pull their lead capture page link. Here, we'll just do this top one here. Actually, this is not what I want. You don't want the lead capture page link because people have already opted in, so you don't want them to opt in again. You want to take them directly to the presentation. Okay, so you want to take them to this presentation. So if you click on the link, it should have your username and everything already in. So go back to my settings. And you just copy and paste the link and update. Okay, so that's all you need to do. And now all of those messages already have Charlie and Linda's link for Exitus pre-programmed, and it already will have their email as well on the bottom of it. Now, if they wanted to add their phone number, they would just type it up here. And whenever you change anything there, you got to make sure you save the settings. So if we go back to messages, now all of these merge fields, when the email goes out to the prospective client or the prospect, it will have Charlie and Linda's link and Charlie and Linda's name, and if they want to add the phone number, it will also pull that automatically from the merge fields. So once you upload a series of messages using a code, you don't have to go back and edit anything. You just edit the snippet under the list settings. Okay. Now, if we click on subscribers, we don't have any subscribers because we just created the list. But you could, if you had subscribers already in your Exitus back office, you could actually upload them into the system here. Now, I don't know if Charlie and Linda, let me see. I think they did have some leads back here. Let me see. Okay, no, they have leads from the other business. Okay, so they have not started marketing this business yet. So there are no leads, but if you had leads in there, you could actually export them from your Exitus back office and import them into your Aweber. So you would simply just click on Add Subscribers, and you can manually add up to 10. You can import, if you've got more than 10, you can import them. You have to download first, put them in a simple text file, and then just simply find the file and upload it. I will do another training on uploading leads because I don't have a file right now to show you that, and I want to show you actually how to connect this now to the back office in Exitus. Okay, so now I know Charlie and Linda have a phone broadcast or a text broadcast that's going out tomorrow, so they need to actually be able to get those prospects into their Aweber, so the autoresponder messages that we just put in there will start following up with those prospects. So how we do that is just hop back over to your Exitus and then click on, let's see, they just added this under marketing. So right now it's under marketing. Okay, and then the pages here are the lead capture pages. These are the presentation pages, tracking codes, autoresponder emails. If you want to, copy or use any of their emails, you click on their emails and you can get copies of the emails that are already pre-programmed in the back office of Exitus. Okay, where it says Aweber, if you click on Aweber, this is the system you have to go through to connect your lead capture pages in Exitus with your autoresponder. So you just click on Get Authorization Code, and it will ask for your login and password in Aweber. So let me plug that in really quick. Okay, and then it's going to pop up an authorization code. You just need to highlight, copy that code, and paste it in the box here. That's all you need to do. Okay, and then select the list that you want to hook up. Remember, they had 2 lists in there. If you have other lists, other campaigns going, you need to tell Exitus which campaign you want to hook your lead capture page into. And so we want it to go to the Exitus prospects, save integration, and that's it. Okay, so now their lead capture pages are now hooked into the autoresponder system. So we're going to try this really quickly to make sure it worked. And it will probably, even though we turned the double opt-in off because Exitus has it in their coding, it probably turned that double opt-in feature back on. So you may have to, if you want to turn it off, you may have to call Aweber and have Aweber shut it off. Just tell them that you want the double opt-in turned off, because that's the only way you're going to get it done if Exitus has it pre-programmed. Okay, so what I did is I copied the link for their lead capture page. I'm going to go ahead and opt in. Okay, and it takes me to see their username is great news, so it took to their system, the sales page or the video page. So I'm going to click off of that, and we're going to go back into the autoresponder. We're going to click on, actually we want to go back into subscribers under manage subscribers. Click on added today. Still loading, and there we go. So the lead capture pages in Exitus are now hooked to your autoresponder. So as they continue to get additional people or eyeballs to their lead capture pages, they'll start to see their list grow here in Aweber. And it says confirmation pending. So Charlie and Linda, if you're listening, you need to call Aweber and have them turn off your double opt-in feature. Because even though we turned it off here, it's still on. Okay. I have on here tonight that I was also going to show you how to create a form, but we don't necessarily need to. I'll walk you really quickly how to create a sign-up form. For instance, you want to create your own capture page, or you've got a webmaster who's creating a page for you, a lead capture page, and you want it to hook up into your autoresponder system. Now you can have hundreds of different pages, going into this one autoresponder campaigns. And the way you do that is you can create as many forms as you need to hook up to this campaign. So you just click on create a form, and it'll ask you for a couple of features, usually just name and email. If you ask each additional form entry that you add to this form, it tends to lessen the number of opt-ins that you get. So basically all you need is a name and email. That is all that you need. I usually shut off that it's powered by Aweber. People don't need to know that. Usually keep the privacy on there. Some of these different form templates will have different headers, and you can type in there, but I'm just going to do just a very simple form with name and email and sign up. If I wanted to add the phone number, I would just go in here, create a new field, just type in phone. Phone already exists. Oh, okay. I must have, there we go. So you just click on it. The field's already here. You can add it. All right. I don't necessarily want a phone, but I just wanted to show you how to add different fields here. Okay, then just go to step 2. Name the form name. I'm just going to call it Exitus opt-in 1. And the thank you page, I'm going to have to log back into Exitus. Here's the thank you page, is actually the presentation page. Now the thank you page is the page that people go to immediately after they opt in. That is the thank you page. So what we're going to do here for the thank you page is we want a custom thank you page. We don't want a generic one that just says thank you for opting in, which Aweber will provide. We want to send them to our link with the information on Exitus. So we want to click on the custom thank you page, and we want to put our link in there for the thank you page or for the video. And then it's asking for already subscribed page. If you have a person who subscribes multiple times, you can actually direct them to a different page, but I usually just leave this the basic version here. And then you save your form and go to step 3. And step 3 is just all the different forms that are available for your webmaster, for yourself, whoever is going to be using that form on a lead capture page. You can have the raw HTML, which is what I use when I create pages. Depending on the webmaster you have or the skills that you have, there's different versions available. And you can actually just message your webmaster if you want them to have this code. And you can also just host it yourself, or Aweber will host it. You can create a form yourself on a website. So here's the basic form we just created. Now if you put that somewhere, you can actually put it in an email if you wanted people to opt into a certain thing. So you can have Aweber host a form yourself. But if I were to fill that out, it would actually go into the autoresponder list that we just created. Okay, so we created a form, and I'm going to actually talk more about creating a form next week, because we're going to talk about different types of lead capture pages and the different ones that work for different types of marketing. So with that said, if anyone has any questions about this evening's training, go ahead and type them in. I've got a couple of more details I want to talk about this evening, but if you had any questions on the training that we just went through, go ahead and type your questions in, and I will get those answered for you. Okay, Charlie's telling me I misspelled his name, so we'll need to go in there and correct that. Okay. All right. For those of you who are still interested in continuing with the text broadcasting, I know we've been keeping Brian pretty busy there, but I know people are still making sales. You can call Brian at 501-580-1499, and he currently charges $150 for a 2,000-piece text broadcast message, and it takes about 5 to 7 days, the lead time to get those ordered. Okay, let's see if I had anything. Okay, and that's basically it for tonight if you don't have any other questions. So basically we went through how to set up a list in your Aweber, how to connect your list to a lead capture page, and in this instance we used the lead capture pages in Exitus. Now next week we're going to go into detail about creating your own lead capture pages and how you can do that, and how you can hook different types of lead capture pages to your autoresponder system. And then once we have you know, an overall good big picture of how the whole system works, everything in place, then we're going to start, you know, generating leads and getting prospects into that list. And once we start doing that, then we have to start communicating with those prospects. So then I'll show you how I communicate and how I write and send emails at least twice a week to my list. Even if you only have a list of 10 or 20 people, get into the habit of communicating with that list, and you will see a huge difference in your business. So these are some of the things we're going to talk about next week, and I might combine the two with actually setting up a lead capture page, because right now we have the lead capture pages in Exitus that we can use, so there's really not a need for you to create additional lead capture pages, although if you have other products and services, and there are people in the group who do market other products and services, we certainly can use the current autoresponder system for multiple businesses. So I am going to touch on how to create the lead capture pages, and then how to communicate with that list, and then we're going to work on driving tons of traffic to your lead capture page. Now those of you who are ordering the text broadcast messages from Brian, now those leads will go directly into your autoresponder system. They'll go directly into your Aweber, and they'll start to get follow-up messages. So you will start to build your list. He's getting anywhere from 40 to 50 leads for $150. That's actually a pretty good price, and those seem to be pretty qualified leads. So that's a really good way to start generating some traffic to your website, getting eyeballs to your website, and start building your list. So we probably should talk more on communicating with your list, because many of you will start to have people in your list, and you need to start communicating with them. So I think I'm going to change this around a little bit. I'm going to focus more on communicating with your list next week, and then you know, you'll have the main information that you need to start growing your list, and then we'll start working on different marketing strategies like solo ads and banner ads and different things like that, all different kinds of strategies to get eyeballs to your website, to, you know, get people to opt in and start building your list. Okay, so let me see if we have anything else. Okay, Charlie and Linda says thank you. Okay, you're welcome. All right, that was it. That's all I have for tonight. If you guys have any other questions, go ahead and send me an email. I do have a couple of other Aweber accounts I need to set up. I'm going to try to get those finished tonight, so everybody will have that requested Aweber setups will have them. I will also get this recording out tomorrow and send it out to you with the link to the training for the recording, in case you want to go back and watch it again, and for the benefit of those who didn't make it on the call tonight. So that's all for now. This training is a wrap. Thanks, everyone. You guys have a great evening. We'll talk to you soon.